Hello and welcome. You're watching Market Today on Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra with me, Shail Patnagar. This is a show where we'll help you understand the closing action on the D Street. Last half an hour remaining of the trading session. What started off as a bright and green screen is now turning a little red as far as the benchmark index Nifty and the Sensex are concerned. Flattish with a negative bias for this one, 21,924 currently on the Nifty, but it's still holding on to that 21,900 mark. That's a bit of positive. At this point in time, what we are looking at is that Nifty Bank is holding up 0.2% higher in trade as of now. Sectorally, the action is pretty positive when we talk about the PSU banks that's leading the show, 2% higher in trade, followed by the Realty stocks that's again up 2% higher. Metals, small caps, broader markets, these are the buzzing spaces in trade. The only sector which is deep in the red is IT space. That's now down by 1.2%, and the lag effect from this is stemming the kind of gains that we are looking at for the major index. The private banks also slightly sluggish, just about 0.07% lower in trade as of now. But a lot of stocks that are buzzing in trade. On the Nifty, you see SBI, HDFC Life, Grasim, JSW Steel, Hindalco, Bajaj Finance, Axis Bank. These are the stocks that are buzzing in trade. Of course, from the broader markets, it's the Adani pack that continues to soar higher. Adani Green Energy 9% up, Adani Energy Solutions, then you have Adani Wilmar, Adani Power, all of them buzzing in trade. Even in the F&O space, there are lots of buzz that's coming around. Even on the earnings fact, talk about Trent, for example. The stock has shot up 18% after the earnings have come about pretty robust. Then you have stocks like Delta Corp, Chambal Fertilizers, ICICI Pru Life, all of them moving up in trade. Shell, how do you see the move that's coming in right ahead of the RBI policy?
Good afternoon, Sakshi, and a very warm welcome to all our viewers. This is the last half an hour wheel of the major event that is going to hit us on tomorrow morning 10 a.m., which is the RBI credit policy. And as expected, the indices are doing absolutely nothing. Nifty is flat, 8 points either way, 21,920 for you. It's trading in a very narrow band of the high being today at 22,050 and the low at about 21,870. So that's 130 plus let's say 50, about 180 point high and low as far as the Nifty is concerned, and almost flat trade on Nifty Bank, 45,800 on the index. That's purely because before the event everybody likes to be light as far as index positions are concerned. One really never knows what the statement from the RBI governor on the inflation, on future credit growth, unsecured loans, what the government wants to do. These are the kind of things that really matter, and sensible traders remain on sidelines ahead of the event. Let's look at Sakshi interesting stocks. Paytm, 10% higher, 496.25. It's almost stuck to where it began. And let's look at what's the volume that's coming in on Paytm. Remember, we started very early morning at about 234 crores, and now about 1,000 crores worth of Paytm shares have been traded, somewhere like 2.01 crore. This is how the situation is. What we'll do is we have Kranti Bathini, equity strategist, Wealth Mill Securities, with us. We'll welcome him, take his view, and then dig deeper into the market, which is now slipping into flat kind of an environment. Good afternoon to you, Kranti. Where do you see a lot of movement happening in the market? What are you looking at in terms of sentiment, and what attracts you on the long side?
Yes, Shail. As you rightly mentioned, ahead of the monetary policy, the markets seems to be sideways, but the majority of the action is in mid and small cap stocks, and it's more about stock specific action that's taking place at this point of time. Right now, what we can sense at this point of time is it is completely a liquidity led rally with a very optimistic positive sentiment coupled by the strong domestic inflows. That's what supporting this market to stay at this higher range of the market at this point of time. The interesting moves across the segments available right now. We can see some kind of buoyancy with respect to the engineering, infrastructure, this is the theme playing a key role at this point of time. Shell, if we analyze the earnings so far, there is no negative surprise from the companies. And also, when we interact with the management, they're quite optimistic with respect to the next coming few quarters. That's where the market is trending higher note at this point of time. But we need to wait and watch the key commentary from RBI at this point of time, how the inflation lingering impacts, how it's going to play a role in the coming days. That's where everyone eyes are right now. But the expectation from the monetary policy is mainly they're going to maintain the status quo. That's what the anticipation at this point of time with respect to the key interest rate parameters are concerned. But we need to see the commentary from the Monetary Policy Committee is extremely crucial at this point of time, as we are stepping into the new season. The election season is going to come right now, so there are much more interesting and exciting trading days ahead going forward, Shane.
Right. Mr. Patini, you know, very, very interestingly, we were doing a video just before this, and on the PSU stocks rally that we've seen unfold over the last 6 months, it was Prime Minister Modi's comment where he said that, you know, it's my guarantee that, you know, anyone investing in PSU stocks will have to see their money growing. And over the last 6 months, we've seen all the listed stocks in the PSU basket on the BSE index. They've given positive returns. Many of them turn multi-baggers as well. It's been a stunning rally, and 6 months down the line, again today Prime Minister Modi is in the parliament back, and he's referring to stocks like LIC, which is at a record high level again today, HAL. These are the two stocks that he had started to talk about 6 months back when the stunning rally of the PSU banks started. Let's cut across to Rajya Sabha and see what Prime Minister Modi is saying.
आप पिछली बार भी इतनी शांति से रहे हो तो कितना मजा आता। आदरणीय राष्ट्रपति जी, आदरणीय सभापति जी, बधाई हो, बधाई हो, बधाई हो, सबको बधाई हो। आदरणीय सभापति जी, मेरा सौभाग्य रहा कि मुझे लंबे समय तक एक राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री के नाते देश की और जनता की सेवा करने का अवसर मिला, और इसलिए मैं रीजनल एस्पिरेशंस को बहुत भली भांति समझता हूं, क्योंकि मैं उस प्रोसेस से निकला हूं। जैसे हमारे यहाँ दिग्विजय जी, उनको भली भांति सहज समझ आता है कि एक राज्य के लिए क्या होता है। हम लोग उसी दुनिया से निकल करके आए हैं, तो हमें अनुभव है, पता है। शरद राव जी को है, तो ऐसे कुछ लोग हैं यहाँ जिनको ये सारी चीजों का पता है। देवगौड़ा साहब है, तो इन लोगों के इन सारी चीजों का पता है, तो हम इसका महात्मा समझते हैं। हमें कोई किताबों में नहीं पढ़ना पड़ता है, हम अनुभव कर करके आए हैं। और ये भी सच्चाई है साहब, 10 साल यूपीए की पूरी शक्ति गुजरात को क्या कुछ न करने में लगी हुई थी, आप कल्पना नहीं कर सकते। लेकिन मैं आंसू नहीं बहाता, मैं रोने की मेरी आदत नहीं है जी। लेकिन तब भी उतने संकटों के बावजूद भी, उतने जुल्म के बाद भी, हर प्रकार की मुसीबतों को झेलते हुए भी, मेरी तो मुसीबत ऐसी थी कि किसी मिनिस्टर से मुझे अपॉइंटमेंट नहीं मिलती थी। वो कहते थे, भाई आप जानते हो मेरी तो दोस्ती है, मैं फोन पे बात कर लूंगा, लेकिन कहीं फोटो वोटो निकल गए, ये डर रहता था। यहाँ मंत्रियों का डर ऐसा था। अब खैर उनकी मुसीबतें मैं समझ सकता हूं। मेरे यहाँ एक बार बहुत प्राकृतिक आपदा आई, मैंने उस समय प्रधानमंत्री जी को बड़ा रिक्वेस्ट किया कि आप आइए, एक बार जरा देख लीजिए। उनका कार्यक्रम बना, फिर साहब एक एडवाइजरी कमेटी बनी थी ना, शायद वहां से हुक्म आया, तो कोई हेलीकॉप्टर से हवाई निरीक्षण करे वो तो मैं समझ सकता हूँ साहब। वो कार्यक्रम बदल करके साउथ में किस राज्य में गए तो मुझे याद नहीं रहा आज, और बोले हम हवाई जहाज से ऊपर से देख लेंगे, हम गुजरात में नहीं आएंगे। मैं सूरत पहुंचा हुआ था, वो आने वाले थे, मैं जानता हूँ आखिर में क्या हुआ होगा। तो आप कल्पना कर सकते हैं साहब, प्राकृतिक आपदा में भी मैंने ऐसी मुसीबतों को झेला है, लेकिन उसके बावजूद भी उस समय भी मेरा मंत्र था, आज भी मेरा मंत्र है कि देश के विकास के लिए राज्य का विकास, भारत के विकास के लिए गुजरात का विकास, और हम सबको इसी रास्ते पर चलना चाहिए। हम राज्यों का विकास से ही राष्ट्र का विकास कर पाएंगे। इस पे कोई विवाद नहीं हो सकता है, कोई विवाद नहीं हो सकता है। और मैं आपको विश्वास देता हूं सभापति जी, राज्य अगर एक कदम चलता है तो 2 कदम चलने की ताकत देने के लिए मर रहा है।
So there you have it, Prime Minister Modi. Just before we cut into it, he was talking about the PSU companies and how they have rallied. He has mentioned that today their profitability of PSU companies has gone across 2.5 lakh crores. Their net worth has crossed 17 lakh crores, and LIC has touched a record high level. HAL is the biggest company in Asia when it comes to manufacturing of the defense equipments as well. These are some of the facts that he has mentioned, even though he has said that the opposition was clamping down on the current government, the central government, by saying that the PSU companies have not been able to stabilize. A lot of people's wealth has been lost, especially with regards to LIC. So today is given that answer that LIC has come back to record high levels. So he's answering all of that at this point in time. 1.3% uptick for LIC at this point, and he's saying that, you know, a lot of misleading things were said about LIC, but those stand true in trade today as well. Kranti, to you, you know, the way PSU stocks have rallied in the last 6 months, that stunned everybody. Once the most shunned part perhaps of the Indian stock markets was taken in with both hands once Prime Minister Modi infused confidence in the investors, and that is proven. But the big question is that, you know, is it now too late to invest in these PSUs because they've run up too sharp in a short while? What would you say?
Yes, actually, these stocks, many of the PSU stocks are rallied very sharply. In fact, I'm delighted. We have a government who are discussing stocks in Parliament. Okay, happy to see those kind of statements that are coming in the on the floor. But there are going to be much stock specific going ahead. What we witnessed is we witnessed a stellar rally in most of the PSU stocks. It can be banks, it can be the PSU undertakings, railway stocks. All these stocks have witnessed a fabulous rally. Going ahead, investors should not blindly buy these stocks. We need to see the earning visibility and the valuations also going to play going ahead. But there are certain pockets where, like as we mentioned, the stocks like Hindustan Aeronautics, still there is a lot of steam is left in these stocks. So investors need to be stock specific at this point of time. But there is ample space is there, and steam is just left in these companies going ahead also. We have been discussing stock like Hindustan Aeronautics on your show many times. The stock has delivered more than 150% returns to the investors from the time we have been educating the investors to accumulate the stock at the lower levels. So I still remember on 19th December 2023, I was there on your show discussing with Shale. What are the stocks looking forward? We discussed the stock by name MSTC. The stock surprisingly given a return of 95% within a span of less than 45 trading days. So such a kind of activity, heightened activity that's taking place in PSUs. So one need to be very stock specific. There are these companies, productivity is going up right now, and also we can see the improvement in the management decisions and they're very prudent in taking decisions at this point of time. So these are high quality companies, and going ahead, the valuations also extremely crucial, and also how the earnings are going to pan out for these companies is extremely crucial. Uh, as I mentioned, the main reason for, apart from the Prime Minister's statements, most of these companies are deriving growth from the domestic industry, and also the Atmanirbhar Bharat in manufacturing sector has been helping these companies to create wealth for the investors.
Okay. Sakshi, I think there is a blowout that's happening on the entire PSU banking space. I'd just like to mark a couple of stocks as far as rally is concerned. Indian Overseas Bank, 20% higher at 8105. Remember, this is a 10-11 year breakout. Huge volumes. I have to calculate the digits. I think 37 crore shares of Indian Overseas Bank have been traded as far as today's volumes are concerned. Let's put that in perspective, because this comes at a time when both the counter as well as the stock price have moved dramatically. So 2,823 crores worth of shares have been traded on Indian Overseas Bank, and this is 3 times the 5-day average. Central Bank is UCO Bank. This is something I wanted to mark. 18% higher, 69.55 for you, and 18 crore shares have been traded, 2 times the volume. Remember, we started the conversation today with Canara Bank. It's up 5.8% at 551. So this is headed for a stock split on February 25th. The ratio will be known, and we'll also see some kind of movement happening on Bank of Baroda, 2.6% high. In fact, all 12 of them within the Nifty PSU banking basket are up, and this is showing huge traction, Shakshi. Even Yes Bank, a digit has changed. It is now 13-14% higher, 30 rupees 20 paisa for you. Huge movement coming in the entire PSU banking space. And let's look at the advanced decline ratio as far as the index is concerned of PSU banks. I'm sure it's 12:1. I just want to see the percentage rally on the Nifty PSU banking index. Undoubtedly, it's a top gainer. Yes, 3% high, 67.53 record high. Kranti, coming to you, anything that you like in the PSU banking basket?
Shell, I like State Bank of India and Bank of Baroda. Looks interesting to me, relative comparison with the valuations. But they're pretty large cap banks. And also we can see names like Punjab, Sindh, and interesting moves. There is complete momentum on these banks. See, look at IOB today, 20% upper circuit at this point of time. So I remain stick to the large caps at this point of time. In PSU, still like State Bank of India, despite of the numbers seems to be lukewarm at this point of time, but still for a longer term perspective, State Bank of India and Bank of Baroda looks interesting to me in the PSU space.
Okay. Sakshi, Maharashtra Bank taking it away, 67.30, about 10.5% rally on this one. This was somewhere like 40-45 rupees about 2 weeks ago, and the rally has been fantastic. No surprise on State Bank of India also, 676. This one is headed for another digit change. Remember, the first call today morning was by Akshay on Canara Bank and State Bank of India. What else is finding momentum? Sakshi, lemon tree,
See the
134 rupees, very strong breakout happening. Of course, Kranti, you were saying something? Which stock are you talking about? We mentioned volumes.
The point to ponder is look at the volumes in stocks like Central Bank and the volumes in all the PSU stocks. They have been with a very strong volume. These stocks have been going up. Names like Union Bank.
Absolutely, sir. We've marked the volumes on Central Bank, we've marked the volumes on UCO Bank, Indian Overseas Bank as well. You are absolutely right. The interest for both traders as well as investors has now shifted from frontline blue chips to these what they believe is an undervalued asset, the PSU banking sector, the CPSE sector, where a lot of activity is happening. You've of course marked two banks which you like in this space. Anything in the broader PSU universe that you like? And I distinctly remember MSTC from you. It has grown dramatically.
Right now, in the PSU, we need to see how the results are going to pan out. Apart from this fringiness at this point of time, results are extremely crucial. We need to watch and how the coming future quarters results are going to be. At this point of time, the interesting sector still looks to me is defense. I've been advocating on your show. The stocks are in a consolidation phase right now, but still there is a good amount of order book visibility and earning visibility we can see at this point of time. Names like Cochin Shipyard after the split, Mazgan Dockyard with the consolidation, and Garden Reach. These are the names one need to keep on their watch list at this point of time. This space looks interesting to me, and also the stocks in the infrastructure space also looks very interesting going ahead as we are entering into the vigorous capex cycle going ahead.
Okay. The other space that's buzzing is the retail space, Mr. Batini. I was talking to our morning guest, Gaurang, on VMart with the kind of move that we saw on that one. And now Trent has come out with its earnings where profits have more than doubled. And this has set the stock soaring to about 17-18% in trade as well. How would you look at, Trent, and if you would have a view after this very strong move that has come in 3605 for this one, and I think this is near a record level for Trent.
Yeah, Trent always surprises Sakshi on the higher side, and with the given the kind of new store format they're coming up with new brands like Judio and all, that has been helping Trent to increase their numbers. And the interesting portion is they're right now venturing into tier 2 and tier 3 cities. That's where the volumes are coming for companies like Trent at this point of time. Definitely, the valuations always look stretched for Trent, but it always surprises the investors on the higher side. So I advocate existing investors to hold on to the stock. Probably any dip in the stock, one can accumulate for a long-term perspective. One can look forward for medium-term perspective also. Trend is concerned, always surprises on the higher side.
Okay. The other stock that's catching my attention is Parag Milk also. I think the stock is again in focus because it's come out with its earnings. Again, a very strong move coming in on the stock after the earnings have come out for Parag Milk. It's now trading at around 14.5% at 237.9. What would you say here, Mr. Batini, on Parag Milk? If you track this stock, could you give us your views, and then I will share some of the earnings details for our viewers.
Predominantly, all the dairy stocks have been extremely doing well, Sakshi, at this point of time. So, if the investors are holding, they can hold on to the stock. There is no hurry to jump and buy these stocks at this point of time. One can hold on to the stocks, decent set of business models, and earning visibility also seems good for these companies. One can hold on to the companies like Parag Milk, Dodla Dairy. There are Heritage Foods. These are the names in the dairy space. Looks interesting at this point of time.
Okay. Any targets that you'd like to share for Parag Milk?
We have right now, after the earnings are concerned, actually, we can still expect from these stocks another 15 to 20% potential upside for these stocks.
15 to 20% potential on the upside for such stocks like Parag Milk at this point in time, and there is a strong momentum after the earnings that you're looking at, a very strong surge, 14.5% uptick that you can see on Parag Milk after the earnings have come about. Shell, anything else that catches your attention? We're just 6 minutes away from the day's close.
Sakshi, I just can't take my eyes away from the entire PSU banking basket. Again, my apologies for repeating this, but I think a huge momentum is being witnessed on some of the stocks which really are doing fantastically well. Look at Maharashtra Bank, 67 rupees 60 paisa. I think the all-time high on Maharashtra Bank is somewhere like 81 rupees. This is 9.5% higher, and similarly you see very strong gains coming into you know theme wise. Let's just look at Punjab and Sindh Bank. I can't remember the last time marking Punjab and Sindh Bank ever. Maybe 10-12 years ago, if I remember correctly. It's now 4.5% higher at 75.95, and a blowout that's happening in terms of the price. About 20 lakh shares have been traded. Remember, actually, Sakshi, Punjab and Sindh Bank, the earnings were not pretty good, right? They came about 3 or 4 days back, and there was just a mild dip intraday, and it just shot up from there. It was 53 rupees on 1st of February. It is 75 rupees on 7th of February, and would you believe it, that's a 50% rise in price. Canara Bank, 560 rupees 50 paisa. Some prices are unbelievable. State Bank of India, let's see how many stocks in the NSE 500 from the banking basket are at record highs. That will give you an idea of how money is moving into them. Okay, let me just somehow try and take that out. State Bank of India is at a record high. This is an interesting thought, 677. It unfortunately does not give you the banking details that way, but we've been discussing it since morning. An 11-year high on Indian Overseas Bank, a 10-year high on this one, which was the UCO Bank, about a 7-year high on Union Bank, and of course a blowout happening on State Bank of India record high. Sakshi, unbelievable.
Absolutely.
It just defies logic. And two circuits I see: UCO Bank 20%, Indian Overseas Bank 20%.
Yes, this rally is unabated, and of course 6 months down the line you've again heard Prime Minister's vote of confidence coming in on the PSU stocks for the fresh move coming in. Let's look at a few more stocks. We're just 3 minutes away from the day's close. Kranti, would you want to share any of your stock ideas? You shared MSTC, like pointed out by Shell, and that's turned out to be a blowout move. Anything else that comes to your mind that investors can look into?
Yeah, for a longer term perspective,
Yeah.
thanks. It went up sharply. But in the recent listings also, Sakshi, there are certain names. Okay, the business models are quite strong at this point of time, like Jyoti CNC and the Honasa, the strong brand. Okay, these stocks looks very interesting to me at this point of time. And also the Inox India, which is into by and large the gas and the other cryogenic engine business. Okay, these stocks, these business models seems interesting for a medium to long term perspective, actually, at this point of time.
Okay. Well, just 2 minutes to go, Shell. Anything else before you want to point out, and then we'll wind down the market?
Sakshi, I'll just mark another thing. If you remember, some time ago, Ashish Chaturmota was with us, and he had mentioned something called a PSU banking ETF, right? PSU Bs it's called. You will not believe what the price is for that one. It's a Nippon product. 1 second. PSU banking Bs. 1 second, let me see. Yes. It's at 74 rupees 50 paisa. I'm presuming, yes, it's an all-time high, of course. And I'm talking about an ETF, Sakshi. I think when Ashish Chaturmota was there, he suggested it at somewhere in the vicinity of 55, 56 rupees. And he's been very bullish on it for the last 3.5 years. I must confess this, I have bought it at about 32, 33 rupees, and it's turned out to be a great investment. Of course, I intend to hold for longer periods, but sometimes the markets, their irrationality on the positive side impacts us in a very nice manner, and that's what
Excess,
happened.
you can name it
Fabulous
as
move,
excess
Sakshi.
euphoria.
I
Shell.
genuinely have no words. What should I name it as, Kranti?
Excess euphoria on the market right now. We can see how the PSU banks. We never dreamt about
Yes,
how
yes,
in a single day PSU stocks
absolutely.
hitting their upper circuit without any sellers. That's what the markets are. We can expect the unexpected
Absolutely.
in Indian markets right now.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Sakshi, over to you. Let's wrap it up.
Okay, so the markets have managed to end in the green as far as the Nifty is concerned, 20 points higher, 21,948 currently on your screens on the Nifty. And of course, all the sectors that have rallied, that have supported the markets, barring the auto and the IT pack, rest of the sectors have managed to pull themselves up into the green. PSU banks, 3.5%, and this sudden move that's come in over the last 15-20 minutes odd after Prime Minister Modi's speech as well, has further, let this uptick coming in. If you look at the Nifty PSU banking index, it's just the last 15-20 minutes odd of a move that has led it from 2% upsurge to 3.5%. 1.5% move coming in just in 15-20 minutes. And that's Shell was clearly pointing out to you a lot of stocks that are in double-digit gains, 20% up, upper circuit as well. Realty stocks, mid-caps, small caps, strong momentum, healthcare, financial services, Nifty Bank, oil and gas, all of them moving up in trade. The top gainers on the Nifty include stocks like SBI, Grasim, HDFC Life, JSW Steel, Axis Bank, Nestle, Bajaj Finance and Asian Paints. The top laggards, however, include names like Tech Mahindra, Infosys, TCS, Adani Ports, HDFC Bank and Wipro. These are the laggards in trade today. F&O space clearly buzzing with the trend, now 19.5% higher for this one in the F&O space. Delta Corp, that moved up smartly, 11% up move. Remember in the morning trade, we also saw Nazara Tech also moving up. We'll touch base on these stocks tomorrow morning. Canara Bank, 6.5%, 7% higher in trade. Chambal Fertilizers, Max Financial, ICICI Pru, all of them up and buzzing in trade. The broader markets, along with the Adani stocks like Adani Green, Adani Energy Solutions, Aditya Birla Capital was moving. So the entire retail pack is also moving. So V-Mart in the morning, Trent, and then now AB Capital and financial and the AB Fashion stocks, all of them moving up in trade as well. Now you have Adani Power, 3M India, and Aether Industries as the other buzzing names in trade right now. But a lot of stocks reacting to their earnings and them getting rewarded as well. With that, so the Nifty is settling just flattish with a positive momentum. Now you can see 21,930 as we wind down the edition. The Nifty Bank into the green. What we'll do is we'll wind down this edition, but do stay tuned onto Business Today TV, as a lot of action will continue to be there on your screens with news and developments from the world of business and stock markets even after this. Thanks a lot, Kranti and Shell, for being with us onto this special edition.
Darwin Platform Group of Companies is one of the fastest growing diversified Indian conglomerates with global footprints. It is setting up offices globally and tying up with companies across the globe from multiple sectors. The company has ventured into real estate and construction, stockbroking and finance, arms and ammunition, mining, airlines and many other sectors.
In today's rapidly evolving business environment, when risk is omnipresent, managing risks is no longer just about ticking a few boxes. Businesses need to maintain a panoramic view of risks to stay ahead of the curve. Join us to explore how organizations can rethink risk to unlock new possibilities and become fit for future. At PwC presents De-Risking the Future in collaboration with Business Today. Celebrate 32 years of leadership in business news with Business Today. From the groundbreaking AI cover of Sundar Pichai to PM Modi's exclusive on G20, we redefine headlines. Now our 32nd anniversary issue explores India 2029, the 5-year agenda, with industry titans sharing exclusive insights. So, just BT it for unparalleled perspectives. Business Today, 32 years of leadership, innovation and business brilliance. Subscribe now.